Welcome back to Caroline in the Kitchen. Today we're making macaroni au gratin, Haitian mac and cheese. It is nice and golden on the top, and on the inside it has this cheesy, yummy, moist goodness. So let's get into this recipe. Here are the ingredients. This is exactly what you're gonna need. You're going to need some pasta. I'm using rigatoni. Some people use penne. 2 cans of evaporated milk, a can of Spam, which is optional. I'm having my ippies. Click the link in the description for that recipe, as well as Creole seasoning, pepper. You can use whatever seasoning you want. Maggi cubes. Make sure you get the hard and crumbly kind. I'm using colorful bell peppers, grated Parmesan cheese. I'm using the Mexican 4 cheese blend, as well as some cheese I had left over in the fridge, and mayonnaise. So right here, we're just going to cut up these peppers. I'm just using half of each pepper, and I'm taking out the seeds, washing it, and I'm just going to slice it like so, and then just cut them into smaller cubes. So you're just going to get it bite-sized so that people are not getting big chunks of pepper as they are eating the mac and cheese. And then I'm just going to transfer this to a separate plate so that I can cut up the green pepper now. And you're going to do the same thing, just make it bite-sized and super small. We're going to use the same technique for our Spam. So you want to open up that can, pour that bad boy out, and we're going to make these thin rows just like so. And this is going to help us cut our Spam into little bite-sized squares like this. And I just try to keep everything in alignment so I can chop it all together. And I'm just going to turn this around and chop it down like so. All right, and I just want to say, like I said in the beginning of this video, the Spam is optional. You don't have to use this. Usually when I make mac and cheese, I don't use the Spam, but growing up, my grandma used to always put the Spam in the mac and cheese. And today, I wanted to make it how I used to eat it growing up. I wanted to bring back those childhood memories. So that is why I chose to use the Spam for this video. But I feel like everyone makes their Haitian mac and cheese just a little bit different. So definitely feel free to do whatever works best for you. All right, and I wanted to take this time to say that if you're enjoying this video and if it's your first time on my channel, please do not forget to subscribe and leave us a thumbs up if you are enjoying it. And let me know in the comment section what other types of videos you'd like to see. This channel, I like sharing Caribbean recipes, and I also love to bake. So check out my cinnamon roll recipe if you love sweets. Now I am boiling some water, and I'm going to pour some oil in this bad boy. And in here, I'm going to add a 16-ounce box of noodles, and I'm going to open up my second box, but I'm just going to use a little bit, like 3/4 of it, and leave some. And I do this for the ratio. Keep in mind, I did not add any salt to this water because our seasonings and the cheese has salt. So once it's finished boiling, you're going to pour this out in order to drain your noodles. Do not run any cold water over it or anything like that, but just sit it here like so until we're ready to use it again. Alrighty, so now I'm putting my pan back on the stove. I am going to add some oil to the pan, and let's start by adding our ippies. I have that recipe in the description. This is a Haitian traditional seasoning that all Haitians use in their food. So I am adding my ippies right here and just letting that get a little brown and golden. Then I am going to add my Spam cubes. I'm kind of making a mess here, so don't judge me, y'all, but I am adding my Spam here, and I'm just going to cook it up and cook it down. I'm going to then a few minutes later add my peppers, and you just want everything to be cooked and get nice and sauteed and golden brown. All right, so now I'm going to add my Maggi. You want to make sure that you have the crushed cube version, and I'm adding 2 of these because I have the small Maggi cubes. If you have the bigger cube, then you can just use 1. I'm adding a little bit of water, about 1/4 cup, just to keep the moisture in there and so that these seasonings don't burn down. And then I'm going to add my evaporated milk. I'm adding this whole entire can of evaporated milk. and then I am going to wait until this comes to a boil again. Okay, so it's going to come back to a boil, and then when it does, you want to just give that a stir and mix it up, and let's add our cheese now. So I'm doing about half a cup of Parmesan grated cheese, and you just want to mix that up in there and make sure everything is integrated, and then you can add your pasta back in. Okay, so you want to add your pasta back in, and like I said, the reason I didn't use the rest of that second box is because I know that the ratio with the sauce that I'm using, I just want it to be super cheesy and not dry. So I'm adding the evaporated milk, but don't use all of it. Leave a little bit in the can for the end. Trust me, I'll show you why. You can use about maybe 3/4 of the can and leave 1/4. So now I'm using this 32-ounce, 2-pound bag of cheese. You can also use 2 16-ounce bags of cheese, and I'm just pouring it and just gradually integrating this in there. Okay, so you want to take your time and integrate it and just let the cheese melt in this mac and cheese. Now we're adding this mayonnaise for creaminess. 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise. Okay, so you want to add 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise and then integrate that in there as well. So I'm adding my Creole seasoning, and you want to just season it to your liking. I use probably about a teaspoon of Creole seasoning. I'm adding my black pepper. Just taste your food as you go along. So don't be afraid, to taste it and see if the seasonings are to your liking. Okay, now I'm getting my pan and I'm spraying it down with some nonstick spray, and then I'm going to pour all of my mac and cheese and just spread it out like so that everything is nice and even. And then this is where I pour the rest of that evaporated milk. I should have left a little bit more, but this will do just fine. And then you're going to mix that evaporated milk in, and whatever leftover cheese I had in the fridge, I'm just sprinkling enough so that it can just cover the top. So you want to sprinkle your cheese right here, and then I'm going to add this Parmesan cheese, which is going to give it that nice crunchy brown top. And then I'm going to put this in the oven, and we are going to put it at 350, and I started at 4 o'clock, so at 4:30, so I left it for about 30 minutes. At 4:30, I'm changing and putting it on broil. Just watch it closely and broil it until it gets a little golden brown like this, and take it out the oven. Voila, this is the final result. It was so cheesy and yummy on the inside, nice and crunchy on the outside, and my family loved it. If you enjoyed this video, give this a thumbs up. Try this recipe and let me know if you like it, and check out the other videos on my channel. Until next time, bye.